Hey guys, it's the Vulcan Wolverine again, and I wanted to make another video just saying that my perpetrators, my attackers on each side ramped up the attacks when I started doing the videos. So I guess if you're thinking about doing videos and you have people directly on each side, not just remote neural monitoring, they're gonna probably escalate the attacks. I guess this is because they don't want the information out there. They're scared. They want to keep their anonymity, and they don't want the information out. But they really, hit me like I went to go take a bath, and I thought I had a lockdown with my aluminum fort. I was getting hit in the back and the side of the head. They're turning up the microwave emitters, the high-pitched sound. Also, I want to show you my little doggy because she gets hurt from this. And I wish I could. How do you turn this camera around? Let's see. I'll try and get her as good as I can from where I'm standing. But this is my little doggy Pepper. Let's see if I can. Pepper. And she suffers. She gets dizzy. And she does weird stuff because of all this. You can kind of see her eyes. They're dilated. So when the high-pitched sound is up, she'll hurt. She'll do weird things. Can you see her? Yeah. So this whole 2 years while it's been hurting me, it's been hurting her worse because she's more sensitive to high-pitched sounds and those EMF things. But she's pretty strong. I love you, boo-boo. I love you. I'll give you a treat. You want a treat? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. She's the sweetest dog in the world. And the guys who are doing this to me, they know that they're hurting her. They don't care. Because, they're hurting me. They're hurting a human being. So it's not that big of a deal to them. But like I said, they ramped up the attacks. And I'm getting attacked from my front, from the guy across the street there, from this side, from a married ex-military guy. He's the moderator. He's the guy kind of running it. And then from the other side, a Latino family with a young Latino boy and then two older Latino gents, and I think there are some random people that are in there that are not really involved in the stalking and the shooting of it, just their family members in the houses that are just living with it. So after that bath where I got wrecked, like I was getting hit inside the head, and I'm wearing my EMF headgear right now. It doesn't look too stylish, but it really does protect me. I came into this room and I'd already painted this wall with aluminum paint. And so I did another layer on it. And that's what you can do if you can paint your walls and you do end up painting them one time and it doesn't work good enough or something's still coming through, you can always just put more layers on it. But I want to show you the texture that it makes because this paint is really for roofs. It's not for walls, and it makes a little texture, like those little filaments of aluminum, but those are the things that actually protect you from the EMF. So those little filaments are good, but it does create a texture for the wall, so you need to keep that in mind if it's not your domicile, if you're in an apartment or something like that where you're going to have to paint over it. You need to check first that it's okay to change the texture. So I came in here because I was just like getting busted in the head. Like this guy, he's amped it up, and then I mouthed off to him earlier this morning. I did some videos last night, and then I was just like feeling angry this morning. And I'm really gonna start just coming to you guys when I have complaints, and I'm mad about this, and I think it's just this insane thing where they've trapped me in my house. They don't know me, but they have this technology, so they have to defame me and make me look crazy, so they can use the microwave guns on me in the house. Try and drive me away from this home, and the guy knows that he's going to hit me remotely when I leave, and he's going to send people physically or even come himself if I go to the next place and stay for like 2 or more days. This is just how it works. It works in every gang stalking program like that because they don't get caught. So they keep doing it, and they keep following you, and they don't really care. They don't care if they have to lie or anything. Because really what I think is that, the guy may be acting like he's talking to the people around him and saying he wants me out, but really that's just for the V2K. It's for me to hear. So it's a disembodied voice that he doesn't have to tell the truth. You know, it's just a voice he's trying to put microwave hearing to my head. Why would it need to be truthful? You know, because it's all just ghost attacks, you know, ghost terrorism. But yeah, I just wanted to add another video. I'm basically going to just be chronicling every time I feel like I need to talk. I'm just going to put it on YouTube. I'm going to go balls to the wall and just make videos for you guys. 'Cause I know I enjoy, I guess not enjoy, I don't know if that's the word. I don't know if I enjoy the videos that other people, other, you know, targeted individuals do, but it gives me a lot of comfort. You know, I might have some videos where I just read Bible verses or something that help me, or just told you, you know, tell you guys what would kind of help me through it. I do want to show y'all, my little enclosure is a couple of layers. I have a mirror, like 2 mirrors in the front, then some cardboard covered with aluminum. Cardboard covered with aluminum, if you don't have a lot of money, that's the best way to go. Just get some big flat pieces of cardboard, wrap them with aluminum foil, and put them around you. You know, you can get some big pieces and make an enclosure. But I did that, so I have the 2 mirrors, and this is basically for 6 feet. It goes for 6 feet. I have like 2 mirrors, 2 pieces of cardboard with aluminum foil, another big piece, like a picture that I took and put aluminum foil around it. And then I have, and I want to, if you can see this, these are little pieces. They're about 4 feet high and 3 feet across, I think. And maybe 4 feet across, maybe 4 by 4. No, 4 by 3 or something like that. But they're little pieces of aluminum tin that they're decorative, and you can get in the in sections at Lowe's and Home Depot. And these are great because aluminum tin is the best thing you can use. These big pieces of steel, and be careful if you're using these big pieces of steel because they'll cut you. Like I've got cuts on my hand from messing around with them. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, cut right there. And when they fall, sometimes they fall, so you want to be able to prop them up. Like I propped them up against this little island, and actually it fell down last night. So I was like, and I pushed it all over, and I actually broke the island. But you want to be really careful if you do use the corrugated steel. Get the 6. I think it's a 6 by 3. And then you can get your aluminum paint. If you can't paint your walls with aluminum, then you can get this corrugated steel and paint it. You know, paint it with aluminum on both sides, and that's a very good neutralization tool for the EMF and the heat stuff. My guys haven't done the heat stuff. They did it like for maybe 3 weeks and stopped. I guess they didn't like that. They like the EMF. They like the actual, it's like a compressed energy weapon that doesn't make a sound, that hits the side of my head or my eyes, and it's just the straight up soundless EMF radiation. And then they like the high-pitched EMF emitters. So that's what they use on me most of the time. You know, I tape mine. You know, it's all taped. Like I taped the big Mylar thing on top. Like these are 3 thermal camping blankets. You can buy them for like $3.99 at Walmart. And you can get the nice ones for $20 that actually work better. They're probably worth about 3 of these other thin sheets. But you see I kind of slapdash it. You know, I propped them up using this island on the other side. You know, I take these big corrugated steel things and I put this Reflectix behind it. And these are aluminum strips, which I wouldn't really recommend the aluminum strips. They're hard to deal with. I'd go with something more solid. But I just took everything that I had bought, and I kind of used boxes of my comic books, boxes of books to prop these corrugated steel up. It's not the best way. It's definitely like a prototype. You know, I think it's better if you get some wood and inlay some wood and like screw some stuff in. But I'm just not much of a handyman. Like I don't, like I did this kind of just you know, just rigging it up kind of slapdash, you know. But you can do that. You can do it on the fly. Cheap stuff, cardboard with the aluminum wrapped around it. These little aluminum polyester, you know, thermal blankets, stack them up. And it is, like, I saw another guy who uses them on YouTube, and he said it's a cumulative effect. So if you stack these aluminum polyester thermal blankets, you know, and put them on your side, maybe put them with the cardboard, with the aluminum wrapped around the cardboard, put them on those, or if you can get some steel, you know, put them on that. Be careful with the steel. Like, I'm an idiot, and I'm clumsy, and I've cut myself a bunch, so... Like, one time I actually slit this part of my wrist. I don't know if you can see it. Like, down there, right there. And it was a big ordeal. And actually, it's funny because I slid it on there, like it was falling down. I grabbed some steel. It was those little 4x4 pieces of aluminum tin. And I cut myself on it. And like I was bleeding, trying to fix it, and this guy, the guy next door, the ex-military guy, he actually ramped up the attack, you know. So that's, be careful when you're putting this stuff up, or if it falls down, or you're in a bind, they'll probably attack you harder. And I don't know why they do that, because human beings should help each other, and when they see each other in trouble, they should, you know, be merciful. But these guys definitely have no mercy. They're trying to kick your ass. They're trying to get you out of wherever you are, or just straight up murder you. I'm not sure the goals, because it's kind of a domestic terrorism deal where you really don't know what their goals are, because they're not going to tell anybody. They're going to tell people around them a certain thing. They're going to tell you a certain thing through the V2K and give you kind of you know, cues to psychologically, you know, hurt you, but you'll never really know what the end goal is. It's just it's either putting you away in a mental institution or killing you. I'm not really sure. You know, and don't be afraid if they say, like, you know, we're gonna kill you or something in the V2K, or let's go ahead and kill them, because all they have are little beam weapons and heat rays and stuff like that, and like toxins that can make you feel bad. So they can't murder you in a night. They can't come over and shoot you in the face or anything like that. They're not going to do that. So don't worry too much if you hear the word kill or death, you know, because it's a slow roast, and you have time to put together a defense against it. But yeah, I did want to show you little Pepper Boo, because she's so sweet, and you know, she's been being hurt by this. So if any ASPCA lovers see this, you know, this is just, it's physical abuse. It's human physical abuse, animal physical abuse. Children get hurt in it. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible. And I think, like, I may do some further videos. Like, I've called out the police twice. One time they got called on me because I went out and I was yelling at the house, because I just figured out that they had moved to that house, or not moved to that house, but that this gang stalking had moved to that house. That guy had agreed to do it. I just realized that, and I went out there all crazy, hitting a stick on the ground, and like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. You know, I got away from this. And so the cops got called on me the first time, and then I called the cops twice out here. The the city police twice. They took, you know, they took a report, but they didn't take me seriously because they didn't know what I was talking about. Then I ended up calling the FBI, and they made a joke about it and told me to call the NSA training and practices or whatever first. Then I called them 2 more times. They said, okay, now you need to get in touch with the sheriff's department, the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Department. And that's when the gang stalking went from EMF emitter, from just having an EMF emitter, to the actual directed energy weapons. So be careful about calling the FBI or the CIA or NSA or any of these places, because this is a program that a lot of our watchers are involved in. And when I say watchers, I mean ex-military, police that are still police, firemen, ex-CIA, ex-FBI, FBI, CIA. You know, some of those guys are rogue, and they're doing this on the side. They have these microwave weapons, and I'm not sure how it all fits in, but I do know When I called the FBI to get help, and I kept calling them, it got worse. And they told me to call the sheriff's department, and I have not done so yet. But I may actually, if I'm doing videos like this, I may do a video, where I call them out here and just see what happens. I'm pretty intelligent. I can talk to authority figures, and we can just see what happens. So we can all learn from it. If you do have any success cases where you've called the sheriff or police and it's been sorted out and they've stopped, please get in touch with me and let me know how you did that. I do know of a couple of court cases that are going on, but I don't know how serious they are. Like one of my friends who is a targeted individual, he said he had his case in the Supreme Court, but I don't know how serious that is, because he was saying that it could be a year or something before they even decide on it. But the main thing is, if we can't win the legal battle, I can't win a legal battle right now, I don't think, and I can't move because they'll just follow me and then I'll be even more unprotected. So the best things to do are to learn what you can use to guard from it, and also get with your religion. Get into your religion if you're a Christian. Pray to Jesus Christ. Get the Holy Spirit in you, so He'll give you good ideas for how to save yourself, for how to get materials. Look at other YouTube videos of people dealing with this. William the Bastard has some good ideas. He doesn't really, he doesn't defend himself a lot. Like, he doesn't use neutralization or aluminum. I think a lot of people say, I think there's disinfo about the aluminum, and some people say that it has no effect with this stuff, but I have experimented with it, and I'm smart, and it does. Aluminum tin, aluminum polyester, aluminum foil, those things, anything with aluminum is a great neutralizer. And Q-Wave products are expensive, but they actually have waves that these products send out that will neutralize even the directed EMF, even directed compressed EMF. So if you have like $300, you want to buy a personal defender. I've got two on me, and then I want to show you. I want to show you my $500 tabletop defenders. So I've been dealing with these guys for a year, and it's been kind of just like I'm buying defensive stuff, and they're getting more microwave weapons from their contacts while I'm trapped in the house. I see these, see if I can show them to you. Okay, this is a tabletop defender, and it is a Q-Wave tabletop defender. It was $500, and I've got this one and this one on this one side of the house, and these are the Latino gentlemen that are involved, and they're hitting me from this side of the house. This is my left side of my house, if I was facing the front of the house. And then on this side, these things are $500 a piece. So usually, whichever direction the directed energy is coming from, the strongest, that's where you want to put it. I think about maybe moving one of those over here, because this guy is the guy on the right side of my house. The ex-military guy is the guy with the remote neural monitoring, and he's the one who pumps the sound to the satellite. So these actually stop that when he's pumping it in locally. And so I've got two over here. They really do work. They really work. But these guys, they've got a lot of connections. Well, mine do. They have connections to the police department and the fire department. And these guys have a lot of, I guess, microwave emitters on hand. When I called the FBI, like I said, then he got the actual directional energy weapons. Before that, it was just EMF emitters. And I haven't called the sheriff's department yet because it got worse after I called the FBI, and they told me to call the sheriff's department. And plus, sometimes I will see a lot of sheriff's cars when I'm driving around, like almost every time I'm driving around. So what happens is that you're not a bad person, But the moderator, or the perp who's starting it, he's telling all these cops and all of his connections that you're just this crazy piece of S, you know, and you need to get out of that neighborhood and they can kill you because you're just an awful human being. So it actually gets, I don't want to say corrupt cops, corrupt firemen, corrupt CIA. It gets people who are told the wrong information about you, and you become the targeted individual. And then you can go to another state, and that network of you know, sheriffs in that area will be alerted that you are a targeted individual. And it's some kind of this undercurrent slapdash program from who knows where these guys are using these microwave weapons. But all I know is we need to gain victory in spirit right now if we can't legally or otherwise, or moving away from it. You know, I heard about a girl who was going through the same thing as me with the directed energy weapon. She didn't have the voice to skull, and she moved to Costa Rica, and it went away. So there may be something about the United States where there's satellites above the United States. If you move out of the country, it'll end. But I've also heard about cases where people are followed to actual other countries. So, okay, and then, well, I'll show you in the front what I did, because the guy from the front kind of hits me. So I painted this door with aluminum. And these are just corrugated steel, not painted with aluminum. I actually painted my blinds with aluminum, which you can really get from Less EMF Incorporated. You can get some blinds that block out microwave and RF. So I'd recommend Less EMF, and they're cheap. They're like $6 a piece. You know, put them on all your windows and soften your environment. But here in the front, you know, because his house is further away, it's across the street, so I just need to put a little square so he can't hit me while I'm sleeping. I did the Reflectix, which is good. The Reflectix is good, but it's the least, I guess the least effective of everything I've used. It probably works very well on the heat stuff, but not on the EMF. And then these are two big pieces of the aluminum tin that I was talking about that you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's. These are actually probably 5x3. And then these are just some pieces of, this is like my dog carrier thing that I put aluminum around. So anything that's a good shape, if you don't have a lot of money, anything that's a great big shape that you could put around you and just roll aluminum over it. So that's the cheapest thing. Anything that you can do that with, if you don't have a lot of money, is a good idea to start out with. And I've gone through stages. You know, I've gotten the aluminum enclosure, but like built up. I didn't start with the corrugated steel. You know, I started with just mirrors and pieces of cardboard wrapped in aluminum and pictures wrapped in aluminum. So I started with that, and just as they got bolder and they got better weapons, or they amped up their weapons somehow. I don't really understand, you know, how they break through, if they just get more of it, or if they actually just go to higher frequencies or lower frequencies. I'm not really sure about that, but they do. They always kind of find a way to one up, you know, what I do, which isn't good when I'm talking to people, because it's like they're like, well, you put up your stuff for defense, why isn't it working? But you gotta figure you're not just fighting an EMF sound that stays the same. You're fighting human beings behind this equipment who are trying to figure out how to get past your defenses and, you know, hurt you. So you're not fighting sound. You're not fighting a beam. You're not fighting a satellite. You're fighting human beings using this technology. So they're always going to try and, you know, figure out a way to hurt you a little bit more, you know, hide it or give it to this guy over there. If you've fortified both sides, you know, give it to a guy in the front who can come through the front. And word of caution, it does make you really paranoid, you know, because you're not sure where it's coming from. Like actually in my back, you know, I think maybe they park cars in the back sometimes and come in through the back because I'm defended on the 3 front sides. But I'm not sure about this. I just kind of cover my butt You know, cover your butt is a good, is kind of good advice. And I'm kind of running long on this video. I don't want to run too long on them because I'm going to do a bunch of them. But like I said in other videos, I love you guys. I'm doing this for y'all. You know, get in touch with me if you have questions, or if you have questions on what works and what doesn't work, or you know what you should do if you're in a troubled situation. You know, get in touch with me. My email is vulcanwolverine@gmail.com. vulcanwolverine@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. This is kind of, you know, taking over my life. I will live my life and do regular things, but this has been very painful for me, and I'm a very strong person who's gotten through a lot of stuff. And so, you know, I'm looking out on the internet and I'm seeing a lot of people who aren't defending themselves with aluminum, with the right stuff, you know, Q-Wave products. They're not, you know, they're just getting hurt and they're complaining about it, and it makes them act out and look really crazy in front of the police. So if you defend yourself and you stay calm, you just have a better chance. But like I said, I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video.